Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Legends. Tonight on the show, we are taking a look at something we could say nostalgic, brings back a lot of memories, but with new cards and new powers. So the Scout that could. Once upon a time, there was a deck called Shout Scout that dominated ladder, casual, and whatever else you can think of. And since then, it has somewhat fallen into disarray and into the void, so to speak. People have forgotten about Shout Scout. I remembered about it. Why? Because I got my ass kicked from the same archetype, from the same guy, twice in a row with different decks. So, based on what I saw, I don't have the deck ad literam, but I do have an idea on what that deck might look like. So I decided to engineer my own. And this is the result. So we've got Drain Vitality, Ward Wall, Fighters Guild Recruit, Murkwater Witch, Thieves Guild Recruit, Galen the Shelterer, Giant Bat, Sanctuary Pet, Soltat, Tree Minder, Merchant's Camel, Murkwater Scourge, Shadowfen Priest, Thornhiss Mage, Ordinary Necromancer, Shearpoint Dragon, Sisahan, Sivkin, Banelord, Parthenax. Except for the fact that you can basically cycle Parthenax to infinity and beyond using Galen and Soltaz and stuff like that. Yeah, you can reach a point in which the game no longer makes sense for your opponent. Aside from that, there's also an interesting combo to look at. We've got the Shearpoint Dragon with the Sivkin Banelord, and what happens when you put them both together? Well, Shearpoint Dragon states that give a creature -2/-2 on summon, and whenever you reduce a creature's power or health with another effect, reduce it by an extra 1. Guess what Sivkin Banelord does? Set the health of each enemy creature in this lane to 1, and with a Shearpoint Dragon in play, that entire lane is destroyed. Pretty simple, huh? A lot of synergies. We've got the Drain Vitalities with Shearpoint Dragons. We've got Sisahan with Shearpoint Dragons. There's all sorts of stuff that you can play. Also, the Murkwater Scourge and the Murkwater Witch help with Shearpoint Dragon. And the Ward Wall, which you can use to improve Drain Vitality or Soul Tap. The magic again is pretty standard. You want to get as high as possible to be able to play a lot of stuff. So for that we have Thornhiss Mages and Tree Minders. And what happens with the Giant Bat? Well, you can use it to push for lethal. How exactly could that be? Well, you just have to kill them. Yeah, that's right. Sacrifice them, play them, have them do their job, like drain for 2. And once they're in your graveyard, once you manage to upgrade Soltat to level 3, you're gonna get back from the graveyard a 7/7 Giant Bat for 3 cost. And that's pretty much insane. If you manage to do 2 of these, that's 14 damage on the spot. So it's pretty easy to play it. There's not much. How should I say? There's not actually a complicated mechanic in using shouts. It has always been easy to use shouts. You just need to understand when to play them. So for that, in order to not waste them all over the place early on, we have your basic removals from agility. We've got Sanctuary Pet, Fighters Guild Recruit, and that's about it. And against highly aggro decks, well, we've got Shadowfen Priest to remove those nasty supports, or to silence some nasty guards, or whatever we can find. Yeah. So this is the deck. This is how it works. And let's see how it does on the ladder. By the way, I'm still rank 1 because I've been playing a myriad of stuff. And I haven't been very lucky lately. If you were part of the stream last night, you saw how it went. So hoping today will be a lucky day and possibly get out of rank 1 into Legends. And we're fighting in our first game against an Ebonheart Pact. This should be interesting. Let's see how our deck fares against one of the most nastiest classes ever introduced. Although the rate of Ebonheart Pact decks active on ladder has been reduced, like seriously reduced. You barely find an Ebonheart Pact, I don't know, 1 in 20 matches. Okay, no play. And all that thanks to the nerf on Disciple of Namira. Right? No, that's wrong. Not Disciple of Namira. I'm talking crazy. I believe it was the nerf on, yeah, on the Valkyrie Defiler. That's one nerf, and another nerf that hit the deck was actually it was a bug, so it was very good that the fix was made. Arching Venom Tongue with Sordid Inferno. That would be considered a double slay since it slays itself. So it would count towards twice the normal slay effect. So far so good. Successfully blocked any Arching Venom Tongue attempt at boosting Magicka. Now let's make it completely useless. Interesting. And Sordid Inferno, that is a buff. That's a decent 2x trigger of the Magicka game. Thanks to my opponent having Brotherhood Sanctuary on board. Now, Saisahan does an interesting thing. Cleared everything. Saisahan with Shearpoint Dragon instead of removing -1/-1 from all cards. It does
This one is very
-2/-2 instead.
the waters of life.
You know what? Okay. Now the best approach here would be to use the Bane Lord and get rid of that burglar. Quinrob burglar. Burger. Hamdaka. I'll never forget that movie. The Pink Panther. Hamdaka. Let's improve the shot. We basically have lethal right now. Unless my opponent decides to play something very weird, but I seriously doubt it. Opponent has only 10 Magicka available, and there you have it. Thinking maybe a Night Talon Lord combined with Squish the Wimpy, but you can play that on 11 Magicka. Let's get rid of that. And let's push for lethal. Oh, never mind. Opponent concedes. Alright. Well, so far so good. By the way, guys, if you have any improvements on the deck, please leave a comment below. Also, be sure to test it and see how it goes for your playstyle. Moving on to the second game. And we're fighting against a Telvanni deck. I think we should keep all of them. The camel helps us with good draws, hopefully. while the Tree Minder helps us with Magicka increase. The only problematic card is the Ward Wall, but we've got enough shouts to make it count. We only need to draw it. Is this like a mid Telvanni? It would seem so. Cereal. I'm going to a shackled cereal. And then I'm gonna get rid of it. Unless my opponent plays Sorcerer's Negation. In which case, a Mummify. Well, that's also good, I think. I'll play the Giant Bat. I do want to remove Cereal. And this is a control-ish deck. So far, so good.
By the fires of oblivion.
Daggerfall Mage. I don't have an answer to that. So I will play my Tree Minder.
The waters of life.
Let's hope we draw something good. If not, we're gonna play Camel. We still have all charges of the ring. That's one of the many beauties of this deck. Alright. Sure does look like a mid Telvanni. Let's place one Ward Wall. And let's place the second Ward Wall. What the heck? Oh, good lord. What the hell, Camel? What the hell? Damn it. This is the worst Camel that I've ever played. Maybe one of the worst. I don't know. Right now, I can't think of a worse Camel than this one. So we basically eliminated the other two shouts, the other Drain Vitalities. Pretty bad. Let's play Camel again. Okay, we can pick the Ordinary Necromancer. All the other creatures can be revived with Ordinary Necromancer, and we have two of those. It would be nice to have Galen right now. And be able to Galen some more copies of Ordinary Necromancer, then draw a buffed up copy of one Ordinary Necromancer and play it, play Galen again, revive him and play him again, and cycle some nice copies of Parthenix. That field lane though sure looks horrible. Oh boy. Ouch. Ooh. This is actually great. Now, how do we make it stick? How do we make it stick? We only have 9 Magicka. Ooh, I've got it. Let's bring back Banelord. That will reduce the entire field lane to 1 HP, and goodbye. A nice use of our last shout. Good thing we managed to upgrade it. Otherwise, it would have been extremely painful. Yeah, so my opponent is a bit in a confusion moment right now. That was a pretty beautiful lane clear. Now, the problem is my damage output. We've got 4 creatures in the field lane and only 6 damage. Yay! Oh, Red Brahmin. Come on, man. Let's see what we can draw here. That's acceptable. And let's try to remove that Red Brahmin. Again, Source of Negation can be quite effective. Although, I can still sacrifice the entire field lane to deal with that Red Brahmin. Oh, but it would have been great to have the Banelord die. Why? Because we can play with 12 Magicka. We can play Shearpoint Dragon and use Ordinary Necromancer to bring back Banelord and clear the lane again. Now, oh boy. Oh man, that was actually good. Kudos to my opponent. Just a quick heads up. If your opponent's creatures already have 1 HP, Banelord will do nothing, even though you have a Shearpoint Dragon on the board. So be careful. Let's play Treeminder. And let's shackle Red Brahmin. Our board damage is increasing. That's good. Thanks to the Thorn Hiss Mage. Ice Storm. Yeah, that's effective. But my Thorn Hiss Mage survived, and it's gonna get 6 damage next turn, which is good. Can lay down some more groundwork to dig into my opponent's HP. Oh, we could simply deal with that creature, unfortunately. The Gatekeeper. Let's get rid of all that stuff, and let's summon Parthenax. Let's hope we get some good, nice shouts. Call of Valor. I'll drop Call of Valor. So what if we get another Ice Storm? We got Parthenax. That's 9 damage. And, oh man. Why did I do that? Why on earth did I do that? Lucky me. I guess, my mistake played in my favor. I was able to gain 3 HP for nothing. Conscription. Conscription. Interesting. So it's not a mid-range Sylvani after all, it's just Conscription. Now to deal with the board. Okay, that's alright. And let's pull a Shearpoint Dragon. And we'll have to remove that guy. And let's bring back Banelord. And accept... Yeah. except the Mortong Aspirant and the Bandara Opportunist. All the other creatures died. Yeah, exactly as I mentioned, the 1 HP creatures are not affected by the combo, because they already have 1 HP. Duh. Opponent could easily trade with all that field lane, which is okay, I guess. Now, I have a lot of damage focused in the shadow lane. My opponent does not manage to shackle. Actually, shackle would be okay, because I would be able to play
Face me.
Shadowfen Priest. The problem is if a guard is being laid down as well. Now, we have a 0-cost Shout in hand, and it's a Solitaire, so we can actually bring back some 2 damage if we want. But not right now, obviously. Ah, that's just bad. Oh, that's good. Wonder why my opponent brought back Temple Conjurer. Yeah, another game mechanic that you probably might not know is that exaltable cards. Did quite enough damage there. Exaltable cards are basically unable to reuse the Exalt property. That can only be used once the card is summoned from hand, and that's all. It's not written anywhere, but that's how the rule works. And it's a good game. Yeah, that was epic. That was really, really good. And we dealt with Conscription Telvanni, which is awesome. Feel free to try the deck and let me know how you guys work with it. So, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Cheers.